Hey, this is David from the Shepherd School, and today what we're going to do is we're going to make some training ammunition with some hot glue. Got some hot glue sticks here, got a little 38 revolver, 38 brass, got a drill. I've got a lead 38 special mold, got some oil, have some Q-tips, and a hot glue gun, okay? And this is so you can practice in your house or in your backyard without having to go to a range. But this isn't like less lethal ammunition. This isn't like simunitions or airsoft. You shouldn't point this at anybody because it is pretty powerful, even though it's just being powered by a primer. You know, it will break skin, right? So just like a real gun, you should never point this hot glue ammunition at an individual. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take our drill and drill out our primer pockets. Okay, we've got our round in the vise, and we've got a drill bit. We're just going to drill out the primer pocket. And you need to mark your rounds because you can't use this anymore for live rounds, okay? We've drilled that primer pocket to make it bigger, and the reason that we do that is so that the primer can get more access, more power in to push that round out. If you don't do that, you might have a squib load where the round doesn't have enough power to get out of the barrel, okay? So now we're just going to do that with the rest of them. Then we'll go to the next step. Okay, so while I've got my glue gun heating up, I went to my press and I put in some primers. And I cannot stress enough to you how important it is that you mark these so that you never use them with live rounds. Okay? Now while I'm doing that, next thing I'm going to do is take my Q-tip with a little bit of oil, just a little bit of oil, and we're going to oil the molds. Now you wouldn't do this for cast and lead molds, but you don't want the hot glue to stick. Okay, so I needed to keep this as tight as possible, and then normally I would just squeeze it, but I'm going to take both hands to work the glue gun because you get a lot better feed if you hand push the glue in. So I just took a belt keeper off a duty belt and snapped it and then pulled it down until it was tight. You could use a rubber band. There's all sorts of stuff you could use, but that's what I had closest to me on the workbench when I was looking for it. Okay, now you're just going to stick that in there just like you're casting bullets and fill it as much as you can with the hot glue. Okay, now we're just going to let that sit. Okay, we've got it filled up, and we're just going to let it sit and cool. And once it's hard, we're going to knock the sprue plate loose, cut down with the razor blade, try to get the base as smooth as possible. Then we'll open up and see what we've got. Okay. See how they're kind of flat. And there's your bullet. Okay. Now I've got my modified round and my bullet, and I just push it in there. Okay. Just like that. Loaded them up on my dummies. Okay, for a target, I just have that cardboard box sitting there that filled up with scrunched up newspaper and plastic bags. Okay. Okay. What? Nothing? Yeah? No? That's all there is to it. And let's see what the penetration's like. Through the box. Didn't go through the outside of the box any. Okay. And other than smoking up the base, really didn't mess much with my little glue bullets. Alright? So, pretty easy way to practice at your house, even though you probably should tell your wife, okay? So, till next time, you can always catch us online at www.tngun.com.